what you're showing off here behind us is actually the full game, as far as I understand it. You're showing off everything, and in German.
Yeah, which is really nice. Like the game is nearly finished, pretty much, but this is our last chance. So we take it to Gamescom, we show everything we've got, and we show everyone we can, right? And if they like it, then I guess we're really close to finish. And if they hate it, then we'll go back and we'll make some changes. You know?
What do you think of the German translation? Does it add anything to it?
It certainly does for us. I'm learning German, just playing it basically. But we were here last year, and everything was in English, and the tutorials and things like that. Suddenly they're not so helpful. This time round, it's nice. People can just pick up the game and play it. Don't have us talking in their ears, so we get a chance to see what it's going to be like when the game's out and people are just on their own playing it at home, hopefully.
Perhaps a little bit more relaxing experience for you guys.
Exactly.
Not trying to communicate in German with...
Yeah, well, I mean, yesterday I was just sat on the sofa playing multiplayer with a family. They didn't understand a word I said, and I understood very little of what they were saying, but we were having fun. I think I was kind of like their adopted son,
For a brief moment there. So you mentioned that you're showing off multiplayer. What kind of things are people experiencing here around the booth?
Yeah, we've got quite a lot of different things on show. So we've got multiplayer over here. We're doing unicycle multiplayer on this couch. Then on the other couch we're doing jetpack multiplayer, right? And then we've got a bunch of different things on show across. We've got different levels. I think people come around and wonder if it's the same game, because we've got unicycle on one machine, we've got skis on another, skidoo on another, minecart on another. We just try and keep it really varied, lots of different environments, different challenges for people, that kind of thing.
And you're also showing off the iOS version?
Yeah, that's something that's quite new for us. It's my kind of pet project, basically. It's me and one other guy. And we've just been making this iPhone version of Joe Danger together, and this is kind of our first time showing it off, really. So it's nice just seeing people, letting people get their hands on it and that kind of thing.
How does the concept translate to the touchscreen?
Well, it's a totally different game. I first started playing around with iPhone development, and people said to me, you should make Joe Danger iPhone, and I was like, no. That would be terrible, right? Because Joe Danger is this really kind of console arcadey game. It's a Twitch game, and I was like, no, that won't work at all, right? And then I just started making this tech demo, and I started using some assets from Joe Danger, and that was a terrible idea. Everyone saw that, and it was running at 60 frames a second and looked really nice. They were like, oh, you've got to make this, So now I've found myself making Joe Danger, and actually we kind of sat down and thought, how are we going to get, a controller has 20 different inputs on it, right? How are we going to put all of that onto the screen? And we've done that just by making it a different kind of game. Still the same kind of sensibilities, but we don't, for instance, use D-pad or kind of virtual joysticks or anything like that. It's really about, what we had to think was imagine if there was no Joe Danger console and we were just making an iPhone version from day one. What would it feel like? Forget everything that's already in the game. So we've got lots of different mechanics. So if you flick Joe, he'll pop a wheelie. If you can flick some barriers out of the way as you're approaching them. When he falls in a shark tank, you can kind of waggle to fight against the shark, things like that. When he kicks through a mud splat, it'll splat up on the screen and you've got to wipe it off, kind of thing. But it's still a very kind of arcadey experience as well. It's really kind of Twitch based. It's timing based. So you've still got things like high scores. You've still got things like time trials and racing against other players and things like that. So it's still a very it's definitely not a casual version or a dumbed down version. It's it's a really kind of core kind of game, I guess.
I guess it's one of those instances where an idea turns out to be a lot of work.
Yeah, exactly. But I've taken it on. It's actually my this is my thing that I do full time, and then if I had such a thing as spare time, iPhone is what I do in my spare time. It's kind of a break. It's fun.
Right. So you've had one day of the public coming in here trying the game. Looking forward to the weekend.
Yeah, in that way. I mean, you talk to a lot of other developers and things like that. They're like, "Oh, we're going to be swamped in the weekend. It's going to be such hard work. It's going to be exhausting." We really enjoy it. I mean, we wouldn't drive here and set up if we didn't. Like, we're looking forward to it. It's a really nice feeling when you just see the booth just absolutely rammed. Everyone's playing it, and we've got I guess we're lucky in that people stand around and they're like laughing, they're joking, and playing multiplayer and stuff like that. That's a lovely feeling.
Joe Danger, the movie.